Today I effed up by grooming myself on a flight and shaving my beard, only to trigger the crew's anti-terror training and make everyone super paranoid for a short while. This happened a while ago while I was traveling to the US on a 9-hour flight from Europe. Context: I'm Greek/Lebanese and am a rather moderately hairy person, most of it on my face. I had an important meeting to attend in the U.S. that was happening a few hours after I land, so I had to freshen up and prepare while on the plane still. A few hours into the flight, I went to the bathroom to change my clothes, wash my face and freshen up, shave and trim my beard, put on some deodorant etc. Took my backpack with me, since I've got everything in there. After spending some 5 minutes in there, struggling to move around the tiny bathroom stalls on planes, someone knocks on the door. I brushed it off with something along the lines of "I'll be right out." I thought someone needs to use the bathroom, but it was clearly occupied. Another 5 minutes go by, and I start hearing chatter outside, and could feel some people moving around. I hear a knock again. At this point I had my shirt off, and my face was half shaven with mousse all over the other half. I opened the door in this questionable state. To my surprise I see 3 flight attendants looking terrified standing around the door. 2 women and 1 man. So I laugh and ask them if there is a rule and a timer for how long you can use the bathroom, or what exactly was going on. The man proceeds to tell me some passengers complained because they saw me go in with my backpack, and I stayed in there a while, so they were scared something was going down, and reported it to the flight crew. Mind you, it wasn't even at the questionable beard or stage or anything. It had grown for some 2 weeks or more, give or take just a week or more of fuzz. Edited to say that definitely more than a week's, by the way. Should have been clearer. So I laugh some more and tell him I fully understand, but I had an important meeting upon landing, hence freshening up, and that I'll need a bit longer to just shave fully and finish grooming myself. He then excuses himself, and we laugh a bit, then he goes away. Shortly after he comes back knocking and I open, this time in a new fresh shirt and fully shaved, and I ask what's up. He tells me that some passengers are still concerned I'm shaving my beard and thought I was shaving my body too, since I opened the door with mousse dripping on my face and without my shirt on. I was very confused, and at that stage started to get annoyed. Just let me use the damn bathroom in peace, there are many others people can use. Turns out that apparently some extremist Muslim groups do this before they get up to no good, aka sacrifice their life in an act of holy retribution / terror / whatever the f you want to call it. Something about going to heaven freshly clean. So at this point I'm laughing too hard, but I tell him I fully understand, and that this is a good thing they check on such instances. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I then show him my meeting email with the time and date for the sake of their peace of mind. I also mentioned I was Christian born, but not religious, and that even as a Lebanese Jude I had no idea terrorists were shaving before acts of terror. Thanks for the information I didn't really need. We then had a chat outside with the rest of the flight crew, laughing and making jokes. I could tell they were still a tiny bit paranoid, but 95% apologetic. They didn't check my bag or anything, and now that I think about it, I should have shown them what was in the bag. Snacks, iPhone cables, some books, clothes and my toiletry bag. Edit 2. For the many "why would you shave on the plane" queries, it was a special circumstance trip that I booked on a day's notice, and my beard grows too fast, so shaving before we took off would mean I'd have some annoying stubble when we landed. I wanted to look as fresh as I could for that meeting, and I did what I could with the given circumstances. I also groomed myself during a lights off time, where everyone is asleep. Queues to bathrooms don't form during that time. Remember, they offer you shaving kits on some business flights, so to think anyone shaving on a plane is extreme is funny but understandable if you're unaware. They have plugs for razors, hair dryers, etc. in the plane bathroom stall. I mean, they change poopy kids in there, so think about that for a second, Reddit. people need the bathroom to relieve themselves. Why would you go in there to do all that? You had a few hours after you landed. Wouldn't this have been more convenient for everyone if you did this in the airport bathroom? I took about 15 minutes altogether on a 9-hour flight. This is normal and there are 6 to 8 other stalls with one in front of mine that was vacant. Also they were waiting for me at the airport to drive me to the meeting. Needed to be presentable upon landing. Didn't have any hotel in between. When you have so much time to kill, why not make good use of it? Also I paid my ticket. Why would I not use the bathroom? People have longer poops. And no one suffered the wait, they were just paranoid. And most importantly, you don't have the privacy of a stall at the airport and a mirror to shave in front of. So not sure what you're on about. Airport lavatories have mirrors in front of the sinks. And why would you need privacy to shave your face? If you made that many people paranoid by being in there long enough, then yes, they actually did suffer the wait. A lot of what you're saying doesn't add up. Also, imagine if everyone used the airplane bathroom stalls for a 15 to 20 minutes grooming session. That shiz would get old real quick, and is why people frown upon it. Well, there were stalls available. Wouldn't be the case for long if everyone started doing it. So we don't. This wouldn't have been an OMG terrorism concern for me, but a why is this dude grooming himself in an airplane bathroom? If the meeting is so important and they're picking you up right at the airport, why could you not have boarded the plane ready to go? You've said it's normal. I disagree. If there were an expectation you'd use the bathroom lavatory to change and groom yourself, it wouldn't be the size of a small coffin. One time I was extremely hungover and shaggy looking on a domestic flight, and I was seated in the front row. I had to piss so bad, but there was a lineup of about 8 people waiting for the one bathroom at the front of the plane right by me. Since I was in the front row, I just waited in my seat with my headphones in and looking at my phone. After a while, I looked up and saw no one in line, just the flight attendant with a drink cart or whatever close to the door. I thought I was going to piss myself, so I ripped off my seatbelt and jumped up to go to the bathroom, but immediately the flight attendant kind of freaked out and yelled, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Get back in your seat right now." I was confused, but quickly saw that they put the cart there when they have the cockpit door open to serve the pilots. So when I turned around, I just saw a bunch of petrified flyers looking at a crazy looking long bearded brown man possibly trying to get into the cockpit. It was an awkward flight after that. I do not understand why everyone is weirded out by changing and shaving in the bathroom on a transcontinental flight. It's totally normal and frankly, somewhat expected. Otherwise you show up like you just rolled out of bed. A bed with recycled air at that. The airline hands out and/or sells toiletries on these flights so that you can freshen up, and the larger planes have several bathrooms. Sheesh. As a flight attendant, I'm sorry for the non-great experience. And it's great you're understanding, because in those situations with overtly worried customers who are also harassing the flight crew, we are tied on what to do. I'm amazed by some of these responses. I don't know what laws you guys think/don't think exist, but there is absolutely nothing close to any type of requirement pertaining to your hair, beard, facial hair of any kind, etc. I did confirm this with my brother, who is an ex-detention officer. The only reason you absolutely have to update your ID before the expiration date, other than some obvious things like ID revoked, prison sentence, etc., is if you move from one state to another. I mean, sure, you might want to keep your look as close to your ID as possible. Unfortunately, we have crappy people who are in positions of power or authority that look for any excuse to make someone's day hell, but that's not the law. As long as they can see your eye color, estimate your height/weight, and see pretty much most of your face, your ID is valid, and I would honestly take legal action against any law officers who say otherwise. To be honest, spending more than 15 to 20 minutes in a plain bathroom is kinda suspicious, and I don't blame people for being worried. While I get that maybe a white person might not have been suspected, this could have been avoided. Whether it was a day in advance or not, still seems like you could have taken 15 minutes to shave prior to your flight in my personal opinion. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. See you all later.